Virtual machines are a really cool thing, as they let you run a second operating system on top of your host operating system. So if, for example, my host operating system is Ubuntu, I can run on top of it, say, Windows or some other Linux distro. In this video, we're going to see how to install VirtualBox on Ubuntu 22.04 and how to create a virtual machine with it. So the first thing we're going to do is open the browser and head over to virtualbox.org. And let's click on the big blue button, download VirtualBox. And since I'm on Ubuntu, I'm going to choose Linux distributions. And let's choose the option for Ubuntu 22.04. And the file is being downloaded. Great, it was downloaded. Let's open the terminal. And let's change the directory to the downloads folder. And if we list the files, we can see the VirtualBox deb package we just downloaded. To install it, I'm going to use apt install. And it needs to install all kinds of prerequisites, so let's confirm it. Great, it was installed. Let's start VirtualBox. And here it is. To make sure that it actually works, let's create a new virtual machine. I'll go with a Linux Mint virtual machine on top of the Ubuntu host. For that, we're going to need an ISO file, which can be downloaded from the Linux Mint website, but I already downloaded it, so I have it in my downloads folder. Over here. So let's go ahead and create the virtual machine. So I'm going to click on New. And let's name this virtual machine. And as you can see, according to the name that I typed, VirtualBox guessed that I'm going to create an Ubuntu virtual machine. Now, Linux Mint is not among the options, but it's very similar to Ubuntu, so Ubuntu is probably the closest option. Let's set the amount of RAM for the virtual machine. I'll go with 2 GB. You can allocate as much as you want, but make sure that you stay in the green zone. We need to create a virtual hard disk. And I'll go with a VDI format. I'm going to choose dynamically allocated, which means that the virtual disk will grow in size whenever the virtual machine actually needs the extra space, up to a limit that we're going to set in the next step. And here we can set this limit, so that's the maximal size of the virtual disk. I'll go with 15 GB. And let's create it. Great, and our virtual machine was created. I'll just increase its video memory a bit and give it one extra processor. Let's start the virtual machine. And now we need to choose our ISO file from the file system. So in my case, it's in the downloads folder. Here it is. And let's choose it. And here we have our Linux Mint virtual machine on top of our Ubuntu host.